video, and he's about to like his name's about to get called up. And he starts talking like all serious with me, and he's like, "Yo, Baylor, you don't belong here, son." And I just laughed a little and said, "Yeah, Pooh, you're right. I don't. I'm gonna be out of here in a couple of months. Like, I'll be moving on with life." And he goes, "You better swear to God that you don't ever come back here." I said, "All right, Pooh. I'll swear on God's grave that I won't ever come back here." He said, "Nah, for real, Baylor. People like you, y'all got a place in life. They got things to do. They got changes to make." I said, "People like me?
User in your channel started recording.
We're just a fucking rat in the cage. We just gotta do our thing, make our grind, man. I just gotta go." I said, "Pooh, what are you talking about?" He says, "Baylor, you wanna know what prison life's like?" I said, "What are you talking about, Pooh?" He says, "This is the life of an inmate, my friend, and it's not your life. You don't need to live this." Guard knocks on the door, opens it up. "Inmate number 156743225." I look over at Pooh and he goes, "That's my number, Baylor. You get out of here and you never come back. You promised to God that to me." I said, "Pooh, I promise to God if I get out of here, I ain't never coming back." He says, "No, you better not. If I ever see you in here
User
again, I'll
joined
kill
your
your ass,
channel.
motherfucker. I'll kill your ass." I said, "Pooh, you'll never see me in here again."
User in your channel stopped recording.
And he says, "All right, watch and learn, white boy. Watch and learn."
User
And he,
left your channel.
and he walks out. And he goes out in that sally port with the guards. And they take him over to the barber port. It's another cell. Like, they lock him in the cell with the barber. Glass windows, glass walls, with a steel door. And I'm sitting there watching him through the glass. Yu-Gi-Oh's on in the background. You know, they're busting out cards and whatnot, playing their game. He sits down in that barber chair. And this young ass Ninth Ward Louisiana boy puts the little skirt around his neck,
User disconnected from your channel.
puts the tape around his neck, and just, looks at him and all. And Pooh the whole time is just staring me straight in the face through the glass. And I'm starting to worry. I'm all like, "Oh no, what's about to happen?" And I'd already heard before this that Pooh had some shit with Louisiana boys and the fact that they ran their mouths a lot. And I guess apparently this Ninth Ward kid had been running his mouth an awful lot. So he turns around to set the razor, like to set it up and to hook it all up, turns his back
User
on
joined
Pooh.
your channel.
And Pooh stands up out of the barber chair. And keep in mind that he's like a whole 2 rooms apart because the guards are between him and the sally port and the guard station. Pooh stands up out of that chair and grabs the kid around the neck and starts pummeling him while putting him in a chokehold. And he grabs that razor and rips the guard off of it and shoves it into the kid's neck. And all I see is blood, just like all over the glass. Blood. And Pooh holding it
Damn.
there on his neck. And the guards start running out of the sally port and they're screaming. They hit the alarm button. Everyone wakes up. Alarms going off. Doors are locking down. Pooh's just sitting there with this razor in the kid's neck. And then he throws it down on the ground. And the kid's flailing. The kid's flailing. I mean, he was a 21-year-old kid. And Pooh's like a 32-year-old fucking thug. And the kid is
User
just
was moved
kicking
out
and
of your
screaming
channel.
and flailing. And Pooh grabs his arm and just twists it
User
back
joined your
and pops
channel.
it like you just saw it go directions the arms aren't supposed to go. And just, I mean, he tore him up. He tore him up in all sorts of ways. And the guards were right outside the door, and they don't open it. It's policy. They don't open it till the fight is done, because the guards are not supposed to hurt themselves. As soon as the fight ended, the guards hit the red button and tear gassed everyone. All
User
of
left
us.
your
They
channel.
just tear gassed us, tear gassed everything. And Pooh didn't phase. I'm sitting there on the glass, choking, holding my face, holding my nose, screaming. I was screaming, "Pooh! Pooh! Stop it, Pooh!" And he didn't stop, and they tear gas everyone. and Pooh just sinks down to his knees, choking and coughing. And they open the door, and the guards just start beating him. They just start beating him and beating him and beating him with a club. And they drag him out. And as they drag him out, I can see him mouthing to me. He's mouthing to me. I don't know the words he was saying, but I'm sure he's saying something like, don't forget this. Don't ever live this life. This ain't for you. Or something like that. They're dragging him out, and I'm sitting there crying right there in the Sally Port, like face on the glass, just tearing up, crying my face off. As they beat him hard and drug him out, and the New Orleans kid just sat there bleeding out on the floor. And I mean, that was him showing me that this is the life that inmates live, and I didn't want to be a part of that.
Damn, son. That shit's intense.
Surrender. Did you see that?
Fucking class.
Dude,
I feel
we
like Pooh
destroyed
has
this
been
kid.
discriminated against, and they beat him for no reason.
That was
Yeah, he
legit
likes getting that
4-0.
Pooh
Holy fuck.
I never saw King Pooh again. I never saw him again.
Not yet.
I always do wonder. I always think that I'm gonna be somewhere at a strip club or something, and he's gonna pop up. I'm just gonna laugh my motherfucking face off and be like, "How did you get out?"
That nigga, I killed a cop.
Oh man, I respected that man though. Like I still do. I respect him, cause he went hard in the motherfucking paint, no matter what the cost was. And he had the most badass tattoos and gun wounds of anyone I've ever met. Damn. I respect King Pooh till the day I die. Because he taught me more about what was real. He's like, you want to talk about thug-ass gangsters, how cool all these rappers want to be, and how cool they all want to sound. They ain't never seen nothing. They've never done no time. They've never been through none of this.
Preach it,
He's-
brother.
Gucci
He's
Man
like-
has.
Fuck Gucci, man.
Sneltus
No,
has.
it's Gucci Mane.
I heard Sneltus is the thug, guys.
If King Pooh was a Guild Wars 2 character, which profession would he be?
Are you kidding me? I'll give you one guess. One motherfucking
A warrior
guess.
in Rampage.
There you go. Zerker
Yeah.
warrior that never dies.